The universe, it's made up of protons, neutrons, electrons, and morons. And where are the morons? They gotta be politicians, they gotta be in Ottawa, Ontario, and they gotta be in Washington, D.C. Moronic behavior, we get to see it and gotta be part of it each and every day. Well, I gotta tell you a bunch of wise stuff. I got stuff that's wise, wiser advisor. You know, more than 60% of all Americans are not in favor of abortions, or certainly not for paying for them at least. And now this new government, the new people in the White House, they're paying everybody around the world. They're saying, hey, we've got this executive order thing going on. We're going to send money to other countries. We're going to pay for abortions. And Americans are saying, haven't you heard of COVID and all these other pains that we have? Like, what are you doing? You start to act like the prime mistake in Canada. Don't do that. Come on back. Liberal politicians, they are working so hard to dismantle life as we know it. And right now they're winning. We have to win. We got to keep fighting, but they are ahead of us. They are pushing a far left agenda. It caters to the left-wing wackos' most radical factions. We have to fight back, and we have to stand up for conservative values, and we need to tell conservative people in power to pay attention. Talk about it. Talk about conservative values. What are they? First, we need to ask them and make sure that they have a clear understanding of it, them being the politicians who call themselves conservatives, and we must encourage conservative people, right-wing people. That would be people with a mind to run, you know, not run, but to run in politics. And we need to encourage these people to tell people about conservative values, and you need to do it, and I need to do it, and we need to talk about it to get the job done, because we're under attack. They're working to dismantle our system. It's not a good thing. In Canada, the CBC, that is stand for the Communist Broadcasting Corporation, they lose a couple of $1 billion every year of your money, if you're Canadian, and now they're suing the political party, the Conservative Party in Canada, and they're saying, hey, during the last election, you took some of our material and you used it as in your attack ads against the Liberals, and that's copywritten stuff. Even though you own it, it doesn't matter. We're going to sue you. And it's the first time ever the CBC's gone up against a political party on that side of the courtroom, right? I mean, it's bizarre. Canadians apparently own the CBC, and if you're a Canadian, when is the last time you even got a love note, let alone a dividend check? How about never? And will you ever? Of course not. They have an agenda. They're left-wing. That's all they talk about. They're supportive of left-wing governments and policies, and they don't even give news so much anymore. They give left-wing opinions. Not very nice. Ottawa, Canada, still talking about the crazy people there. There are a few. In Ottawa, the government now says, we promise to give almost $16 million to Indians in Canada for healthcare. Are you kidding me? For healthcare? And the guy in charge of that, he's the service minister, Indian service minister, Mark Miller. He says, I have a concern with respect to racism and systemic racism. What's the difference? Isn't it racism? In any event, they always have another word put in front of it. There's no vaccine against racism, and the effects of this racism in the healthcare system is obvious. So what are you going to do? You're going to get $16 million. You're going to put a big sign up and say there's an Indian in this room, be nice to him? Are you kidding me? I mean, right now, everyone in Canada gets healthcare free to them, certainly not to the taxpayer ultimately, because it costs a lot of money. Ain't nothing free. I think in Canada it's like $16,000 or $18,000 per person to provide all of this so-called free stuff. Well, it's a bad system. But let me get back to the Indian part of it, right? They already have their health card. You can't deny health care. You go to the hospital, you get care the same as everybody else. Oh, but I'm an Indian, so I'm treated badly, so the government's going to put up $16 million and we're going to tell the doctor to be nice to me. It doesn't make sense. It's craziness. Save the money, don't spend it, and make everybody's taxes less. Something like that. In Canada, close to half of the Conservative caucus are members of Parliament from Alberta and from Saskatchewan. And in addition to that, almost half of the $10 million is raised annually, that's paid to the Conservative Party, comes from the prairie provinces, right? Just treat these people nice. They don't treat them nice. You have the Conservative Party leadership and everyone saying, let's forget about them. We got them. They got nowhere else to go. Let's go to places like Quebec and Ontario and give them what they want. So to do that, we're going to steal from Alberta, and we got to be more left-wing wacky. It's not very good. I mean, there needs to be representation in Alberta and Saskatchewan and Manitoba and British Columbia. They need representation. They need an equal Senate. They need something. And no one has ever said that we'll give you something other than elect me and I'll hug you. I'll give you love while I'm in office, but you don't stay in office that long. Hardly ever get to office, as a matter of fact. Lastly, I got profound stuff for you from your wiser advisor, the Bible. Even if you are an atheist, you'll find this interesting. Listen up. The Bible, it has a massive, massive influence on the way we live, right? It really does. I mean, the Bible has done more to shape literature, history, entertainment, and culture than any book ever written, and close to more than 5 billion copies, billion with a B, of the Bible have sold. It continues to sell in excess of 100 million copies each and every year. Talk about influencing people. The word Bible actually comes from the word, I won't pronounce any of these things right. This grade 8 thing is starting to show, but work with me and maybe you can figure it out. Word Bible comes from the word biblos, which was a port from which Egyptian papyrus it was exported, and most books were made from papyrus, and the word became a word in the Greek language for book. Did you get all that? I don't know that I did, actually, but that's a lot of stuff, and I've always marveled at the Bible because, you know what, if you're an atheist and you live by the 10 Commandments, you'd have a good life. I ain't preaching, I'm just giving you information. Wiser advisor, y'all come back here tomorrow, we're going to have more for you from the right. Maybe some of those politicians should read that book. Just saying.